Hello and welcome. This is the scene here at Molineux. I'm Derek Ray, and keeping me company in the commentary box today is, of course, Stuart Robson. And we've got Premier League action coming right up. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Manchester United.
Well, Derek, we can talk about coaches and their methods, but it's now down to the players. Which ones are going to stand out, who will affect the game, and who will have the greater desire? It should be a cracking game, though.
Nelson Semedo. Number 8, Ruben Neves. Number 28, Joe Martino. Number 5, Marcel. Number 9, Raul Jimenez.
The initial 11 for Wolves. Ruben Neves plays alongside João Moutinho in central midfield. And they line up with just the one striker looking to do a bit of damage. The lineup for Manchester United. David De Gea starts in goal. Aaron Wan-Bissaka starts alongside Luke Shaw as fullbacks. Paul Pogba plays with Fred in central midfield, and handed the task of playing up front today, Mason Greenwood.
Thank you, Molineux Stadium. Enjoy the game.
And this confrontation is underway. Promising looking attack. Nelson Semedo. Crossed into the penalty area. Well, they couldn't take advantage of the opportunity. Foul there. Free kick awarded. Well, the referee decides not to reach for his pocket at this early stage.
Well, I thought he might book him there, but in the end, I think he's got that right.
Struggling to get it away. Oh, body in the way, crucially. Paul Pogba. Bruno Fernandes has it. Great challenge, he got nothing but ball. Trincao. And a tidy ball. And players waiting in the centre. Very quick thinking there. Bruno Fernandes. Pogba has it. Possession and patience, the watchwords. Sancho. Oh, he's given it away. Decent position this for United to find themselves in. Oh, it might be. And a goal! They start as they mean to continue. They make the opening statement.
Well, I have to say, this is a really good goal. Just watch his technique here. He just hits through the back of the ball with such power. There's no stopping that.
Goal for Manchester
So the match is
United.
restarted. 1-0 here.
Bruno Fernandes.
Ruben Neves. It's with Ruben Neves. And Moutinho with it. Paul Pogba doing his job defensively. Bruno Fernandes. And taking it away. Bruno Fernandes. Mason Greenwood. Pogba. An important interception. Jimenez. Moutinho. And return to Moutinho. That's how to blunt the edge of the opposing attack. And intercepting it. Greenwood. And space for the cross. Mason Greenwood. Sancho. And back with Fred. Sancho. Quick thinking to dispossess his opponent. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. And unable to keep possession. Mason Greenwood. Jadon Sancho. Bruno Fernandes. Showing patience as well as persistence in the build-up. Jadon Sancho. An authoritative challenge. A fine reading of the situation. Bruno Fernandes. Well, sitting deep like this might be a dangerous game. Pogba. Bruno Fernandes. Really important piece of last-ditch defending. And the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. Well, it fizzled out. Shaw. Mason Greenwood. Moving the ball effectively, looking for the right moment. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, is he going to be punished here? He had to react, and did. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. Bruno Fernandes. It's a fine United move in the making. Can they get in behind them? It's got to be! No hiding from the fact that they really should have extended their lead.
Well, that was a poor miss. Could they come to regret that?
And intercepted it. Trincao. Well, good idea, but just a little bit too much on the ball. The keeper completely untroubled. Bruno Fernandes. Mason Greenwood. Fred. Greenwood. A wonderful intervention. Bodies forward and the break looks on. Trincao. Raúl Jimenez. Pretty routine there for the goalkeeper. Jadon Sancho. Fred with it. Bruno Fernandes. James. Paul Pogba. Well, the attack looks promising. Bruno Fernandes. Surely! Defending by example. Well, can they open up the defence here? Oh, and couldn't convert. Moutinho. Nelson Semedo. Wolves might be able to cash in from here. Over the byline, hence a goal kick. Well, what about that opportunity a few minutes ago? We can see it again now. He might be able to profit from the wide position. Great block. He's driven in the corner. A decent effort, but the keeper read it all the way.
Well, as you can see, United have dominated possession in the last 15 minutes and have been threatening with it. Surely it's only a matter of time before they get another.
Spraying passes around, almost waiting for the opposition to make a mistake. Well, they must exercise caution, standing off as they are. Pogba. Bruno Fernandes. And under pressure, that was a fine claim. Keeper not concentrating. Fred. Now Pogba. That's how to blunt the edge of the opposing attack. This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Well, let's see if something comes of this. Well, he had just gone beyond the last defender, Stuart.
Well, that's a real shame because the through ball is really well weighted, but he just took too long to play it.
Intercepting it intelligently. Fred. Sancho now. Bruno Fernandes. Fred with it. Mason Greenwood. Pass after pass, keeping their opponents moving. Well, I think a classic commentator's curse just then. Couldn't make the ideal pass. Will it happen for them? Well, just fractionally wide. Good strike. Oh, lovely weighted ball. They might be in. Marçal. Very alert defending to cut off the supply. Fred. Here's Luke Shaw. So nearing the half-time interval, and I think it's fair to say Wolves with a bit of work to do. Stuart, what have you made of their performance in the first half?
Well, they've not had quite enough purpose to their attacking play so far. It's all been a bit too predictable. But in the second half, if they can get more support to their strikers and play with greater intensity, they can certainly turn this around.
More than decent this from United. And space to cross it. Fred. Far from a good pass. Now Paul Pogba. And they couldn't add to their advantage.
Well, that would have put them in complete control. He should have scored there.
Nelson Semedo. Moutinho. Marçal. And it's gone out of play. Goal kick coming up. Well worth, I think, at this stage, going back to the chance from earlier. Well, a pity that. It looked promising, but that's going to be claimed by the keeper. Bruno Fernandes. And Moutinho with it. Raúl Jiménez. This could level it. Oh, he's missed it. He'll be kicking himself.
Well, the opportunity presented itself, and they really should be level. They have to be more composed, more clinical if they want to get back into this.
Paul Pogba. James. Bruno Fernandes has it. Well, possession is the watchword inside their own territory. Bruno Fernandes. Paul Pogba. It's a perfect challenge. Romain Saiss. And they'll get ready for the throw-in. Bruno Fernandes. Fred. Paul Pogba. And there to intervene. Fred. Pogba has it. Bruno Fernandes. Fred. Shaw. And teammates to play it to. Fred. Really good challenge. Breaking at pace. Trincao. And there to intervene. Greenwood. Pogba has it. James. Pogba. Here is Fred. Dangerous looking attack. Deflected behind. Corner forthcoming. Over it comes, and clearing it away. Paul Pogba. A chance then for the respective managers to address their charges. It is half-time here. Well, a fine first-half showing from Bruno Fernandes. What have you made of what he's put into the game?
Well, Derek, he took his goal well and was a constant threat throughout that first half. I thought he showed a lot of skill to get out of tight situations, and he had a real impact on the plate.
And this confrontation is underway. Decent position this for United to find themselves in. Oh, it might be. And a goal! They start as they mean to continue. They make the opening statement. Can they get in behind them? It's got to be. No hiding from the fact that they really should have extended their lead.
Well, that was a poor miss. Could they come to regret that?
Well, can they open up the defence here? Oh, and couldn't convert. He's driven in the corner. A decent effort, but the keeper read it all the way. Will it happen for them? Well, just fractionally wide. Good strike. Now Paul Pogba. And they couldn't add to their advantage.
Well, that would have put them in complete control. He should have scored there.
Oh, he's missed it. He'll be kicking himself.
Well, the opportunity presented itself, and they really should be level. They have to be more...
Second half underway, with United looking to build upon a largely positive first half showing. They do pass the ball with authority. Pogba. Mason Greenwood. And Wolves coming away with it. Nelson Semedo. Well read to win possession back. Bruno Fernandes. Fred. Mason Greenwood. Now Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba. And that's easy peasy for the keeper.
Well, these stats confirm how poor their finishing has been. Their general build-up play until that final shot has been excellent, and they really should be out of sight by now. Will they live to regret it?
Paul Pogba. James. Wonderful challenge, and a throw-in coming up. Crossing opportunity. Bruno Fernandes. Well, couldn't quite find his teammate. Adama. On and on he goes. Marçal. Tremendously strong in the tackle. Bruno Fernandes. Fred. Greenwood. Bruno Fernandes has it. Just knocking it around, looking to carve out a chance. Jadon Sancho. Bruno Fernandes. An authoritative challenge. And it wasn't a great pass, was it? Oh, a lovely ball. That's high-level goalkeeping.
Well, that's a fantastic save. He's such a good keeper.
They will now make use of their substitutes bench.
Number 5, Marçal. Coming onto the pitch, number 10, Daniel Perez.
And over comes the corner. And no way through. Intercepting it intelligently. Moutinho. Well, not the greatest pass, easily intercepted. Pogba. Bruno Fernandes. Mason Greenwood. Jadon Sancho. And he cuts in from the wing. That's a great stop.
Well, his reflexes are so good there. That's a fantastic stop.
He's protecting it well. Committed challenge. Podence. Going about his defensive business with a minimum of fuss. Mason Greenwood. Oh, and a perfect ball now. How about this? Shaw. Greenwood. Fred. He's in with a chance. And it's in for Manchester United. They are on a victory course.
Well, we won't get tired of watching this because the interplay around the box is wonderful. And once he gets onto it, he just smashes it past the keeper with great technique. What an emphatic finish that is.
Well, a second goal for them here.
Mason Greenwood.
And that was a very fine read.
Well, United have certainly controlled the ball, as you can see, and they've made good use of it. They really have played some good attacking football, and they look like scoring more.
Good use of the ball, but can they trouble the defence? Sancho. And return to Sancho. Sancho now. Could cross it in here. Bruno Fernandes. Crisp tackling. Ball played nicely. Nelson Semedo. Very alert defending to put a stop to the chance. Well, there might well be scope for them to counter-attack here. Well, it petered out. Well, fine reading of the situation. Good strength to keep the ball. Ruben Neves. Given away by Pogba. Neves. Splendid defending, and it needed to be. He's protecting it effectively. Neves. Tackling and winning the ball to boot. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Promising looking ball. Pogba. Well, a classic example of how to intercept. He's in control of the situation. And unable to keep the ball.
With the license plate GR55JKK, please.
Bruno Fernandes.
Security guard. Thank you.
On to Sancho. A terrific pass. Sancho. Well, a touch off the defender last of all, so a corner.
Substitution for Manchester United. Coming off the pitch, number 11, Mason Greenwood. Coming onto the pitch, number 7, Edinson Cavani.
And now the delivery. A decent effort, but the keeper read it all the way. Fred. Bruno Fernandes. Pogba. Edinson Cavani now. Jadon Sancho. James. Tremendous challenge. Very quick thinking there. We're now inside the final 20 minutes of the game. Well, the assistant referee has raised his flag, offside. Well, nicely cut out. Now what can they do with the ball? And using his strength to shield the ball. Cavani. Jadon Sancho. Just knocking it around, looking to carve out a chance. Bruno Fernandes. Well, spot on with that challenge. Jimenez. Ruben Neves. Nelson Semedo has it. Promising looking attack. Could pull one back here, but no! What a glorious opportunity squandered to get back into this.
Well, that had to go in, didn't it? I just can't see them turning this around now.
Bruno Fernandes. And nearing the end of the game, and things look rather bleak from a Wolves point of view.
Well, they've had no defensive game plan today. The forwards haven't pressed the ball, the midfield players have been outnumbered, and there is too much space between the defenders at the back. That's been the problem.
Fred! Oh, a tremendous block. "15 minutes remaining. Jadon Sancho. Sancho. Bruno Fernandes. And closed down straight away. Sancho. Now Pogba. Immaculately placed by Cavani. That's well blocked.
Substitution for
And United will switch things around personnel-wise.
number 17, Fred. Coming onto the pitch, number 31, Nemanja Matic.
He's driven in the corner. Well thumped clear. Good pass. Pulls it back. Bruno Fernandes. That's a great stop.
Well, his reflexes are so good there. That's a fantastic stop.
Taken short. He cuts it back. Crucial intervention just then amid impending danger. Cavani. Bruno Fernandes. Here's Cavani. Real chance. Well, good technique in terms of how he struck it. Ruben Neves. Podence. Trincao. Raúl Jimenez. Well, he would have been disappointed had he spilled that one. Bruno Fernandes. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Well, it looked highly promising, but it came to nothing in the end. Already closing him down here. Adama. Not much defensive cover there on the flank. Crossed accurately towards the far post. But it wasn't quite as good as it looked when it left the boot. Matic. Sancho now. And given away. Trincao. Nelson Semedo. Well read to put an end to that attack. Oh, what's he gone and done? Must be. My goodness, that save. Fully stretched he was. One for his own highlights reel. Shaw. Bruno Fernandes. Pogba has it. Really good interception. Now can they counter clinically? Well, that's a super ball over the top. Bruno Fernandes. Terrific save.
Well, that's a top-class save. He read it so well.
Oh, he's given it away. Cavani. Top-class defending. He's very adept at protecting the ball. Bruno Fernandes. This is Nemanja Matic. Given away by Manchester United. Well, wait, don't go anywhere. We're going to have 5 additional minutes. Trincao. And a good-looking ball. And pushed onto the woodwork. He's protecting it well. Cavani. James. Bruno Fernandes has it. Edinson Cavani now. And intercepted it. Wan-Bissaka. Well, they've given him too much space. Cavani might fancy it. Not all that convincing defensively. Well, the counter chance looks very real. Well, that break looked so promising, but nothing coming from it. Cavani. Bruno Fernandes has it. Paul Pogba. Read it well. Romain Saiz. It has gone over the touchline for what will be a throw-in.
Coming off the pitch, number 18, Bruno Fernandes. Coming onto the pitch, number 8, Juanita.
Paul Pogba. And that is that for this game anyway, and Wolves not taking anything at all from the match. How did you see it?
You're absolutely right, Derek. They really struggled to get to grips with the game. They always seem second to the ball, and then just a few mistakes at the back, and it's cost them. Poor performance all round.
Well, he often cuts the figure of a thinking person's footballer, and Stuart, he's thought his way throughout this match.
Well, I thought he was excellent. Not only did he score a good goal, but his general play was outstanding. He certainly played a major part in their win here today.
That's high-level goalkeeping.
Well, that's a fantastic save. He's such a good keeper.
Greenwood. Fred, he's in with a chance. And it's in for Manchester United. They are on a victory course. A decent effort, but the keeper read it all the way. What a Glorious opportunity squandered to get back.